So Liverpool have lost another game, and last night I wanted to make a video, but I was too sleepy, and I actually slept after 35 fifth minute. Then I woke up. I saw okay, both teams. I slept when it was 1-0 to Brentford. Then I woke up and I saw it was 2-1. Then I saw that penalty incident where Van Dijk had fouled him, and then the penalty was in the box, which I don't know. It is extremely harsh that you have that penalty inside the box, because the Brentford player was outside the box. Van Dijk was inside the box, and it was barely in the. You could not look at that from the first instance and say that okay, it was on the line. But whatever, they lost. They deserved to lose. Brentford could have scored more, etc., etc. I saw the highlights, but the highlights basically in our country, whatever platform we have for these highlights, they only show the goals as if nothing else happens in the game. So whatever. No, yesterday's loss confirms one thing for me, is that Liverpool are out of title race, and now my hate watches have ended for Liverpool. Now I'm not hate watching them anymore. Hate watch is also good when you think like the other team is competing with you. And now what the beautiful thing about that is that now we can be at peace with ourselves. We can have a clear run at the title. You might say that Manchester City are there still, and you might fear someone that oh, someone is coming after us. I don't think so. Someone is coming after us. You might see that. You saw what happened to Manchester City when they came at the Emirates Stadium. You saw the difference between the both sides. Obviously, they could have won that game, and we would have been in equal points. If you -2 from us, if you +2 from them, it is a 3 point lead. Okay, so they would be actually ahead if Martinelli doesn't score that goal. And at the time, we didn't know, oh, why are we celebrating? We should have gone for the win, etc., etc. And that is the right attitude to have. But now we know how crucial that Martinelli goal was. And Martinelli has been exceptional for Arsenal this season, and his contributions are now showing their effect. Today, Manchester City play Aston Villa. That would be a huge test, and if they actually pass that test, then they can say that oh, we are serious contenders for the title this season. But if they fall, might be their first hurdle right now, and then they have to also play Liverpool, etc., where they will face fierce attacks and away from home. There they have to like show that they have what it takes to win the title, like they have shown in the past. But right now, this team, what happened last season, they have to show that they can do better. They are defensively better, and they will obviously score goals. Haaland is going to score goals. He's going to break goal scoring records. That is pretty easy for Erling Haaland right now, and he's at the peak of his powers right now. But that is not the issue. The issue is, can Foden consistently provide you the performances he has been providing lately for a stretch of 30-35 games? Can the Manchester City defense be solid for 30-35 games? Can they stop conceding too many goals? They haven't conceded that many goals as well, but if you see the Brighton game, they threw away that game. They were comfortably 1-0 up, and then all of a sudden in the second half they threw away that game. Those sort of capitulations that we saw last season, if they don't do that, then we can consider them. But right now, I genuinely feel if Arsenal win against Crystal Palace, we are going to win the league. And I can confirm you right now that if we beat Crystal Palace today, and of course, Sunderland away is also seeming like a tough game, but I don't think it will be that tough for us. It was tough for Chelsea because they don't have imagination in their midfield, and they weren't able to create clear cut opportunities because they are in that stage of development where they are very highly dependent on one player, that is Cole Palmer. That is the same case with Manchester City. So Liverpool have collapsed. Chelsea and Manchester City are very dependent on one or two players for their attack, and they are not so defensively assured like Arsenal is. So obviously, Arsenal is by far and away the best team in the league right now. And if we actually win, which will be a very challenging game against Crystal Palace, if we show that we are going to win and not drop any points, this is the hurdle we need to cross. And after that, we can afford to lose games in the after the next international break. We If we drop points in one or two game, it won't make a difference, and then we'll again have a run of decent fixtures where we can collect the wins and go on a run. So this Crystal Palace game is very crucial today, is a very important game. And today, not only that, because we have Burnley and Sunderland coming up next, and then this would assure that we win all our next three games and go on a seven-game run win or anything like that. This will ensure that Arsenal are ready to just keep going, not looking at behind them, beside them, anywhere where they are sort of asking themselves whether we are worth it. And people who are there who say that, oh, when we are leading we have pressure, and other rival fans are saying that, oh, we are going to win the league, so it will apply more pressure to these players. Are you like kidding me? What more pressure does Arteta want? He has finished second twice in a league where it is very competitive, best league in the world, with a team that he was given who was in the dumps, and still he has been judged, and fans come here and say that, oh, he should be sacked. Don't you think that he has already faced more pressure than any other manager in the world right now? When Arteta was eighth, finishing eighth, and then we went to Brentford and conceded that goal from a long throw in. Do you not think that when we lost to Man City, Xhaka got red card that season, and we lost 5-0 to Manchester City? Wasn't he under pressure then? But one day, all of a sudden, he said, "Okay, this project is going to go bang," and we haven't looked behind after that. So this team is ready. This team is ready. One thing I cannot assure you right now is that if we are the best team in the world, if Bayern Munich comes to Emirates Stadium and we show up against them and perform like we did against Atletico Madrid, and we cause them issues with our set pieces, and we defend bravely, we are solid at the back, and we put up a 2-0 to 1 masterclass sort of, then I can assure you that we are also ready to be in the Champions League final. And in final, anything can happen. But if you are a good enough team, in when it comes to a two-legged affair, in even in a knockout match, in 180 minutes, 190, 200 minutes you play, you eventually, the best team can win. But in the final, in 90 minutes, anything can happen. One bad goal, one anything can happen. You can, your main player can get injured, and then you are looking for different formations, you are unstabilized, and you are playing a very good team as well. So anything can happen. A red card can happen, as Arsenal fans know. But when it comes to Premier League right now, seven clear we can go from Liverpool, and if Manchester City drop points, we can go 5 or 6 points clear of them. And then we'll have Sunderland, who will be also be 5 points clear of Sunderland as well, who are at second. And if you look at the league, Manchester United is fourth right now. Chelsea is not doing that well. Liverpool are pathetic right now. Manchester City doesn't give the confidence it used to. You can't tell me that, oh, Manchester City are going to go on a 16 game run win. I don't think so. They can. I don't think that they have the defense. Rodri is injured. Even they have another DM injured. I forgot his name, and that tells you all how he has performed till now. Gonzalez something his name is, but whatever. Gonzalez. I have no idea what his name was. I totally it has escaped my mind. But I genuinely feel like right now Arsenal need to just look at themselves, keep going, keep following the process. We have enough talent in our main 11 and even in our bench. Right now, if you ask me to take home game, you could play Nwaneri and Eze at number 10. You could play three players in the wing. You can play two players in the right wing. You can play Merino or Gyökeres in the striking position as well. So, and that too when we have Odegaard out, Havertz out, Madueke out, and so many players out. Then also you can play at least two players in every position, and you will be fine with it. It won't be a big disaster. Maybe right wing if Sakan doesn't play, then also you can play Nwaneri in that position as well. In the situation where Eze and Saka are out, then it is just too much to handle, and any team cannot handle that much of injuries happening to your squad. That much is, if everyone gets injured, what will you do? You won't do anything. So those scenarios are very unrealistic, I feel. So we won't discuss that. But if you see, everyone has to agree that Arsenal are actually looking like the best team in the world. And if not, people are saying that okay, maybe Barcelona is better, Bayern Munich is better, PSG is better, Real Madrid are also doing very well. But you see, overall, Barcelona's defense, they cannot compete with Arsenal's defense. Can Arsenal's attack compete with Barcelona's? I feel so. They can. With Abirecheze, Bukayo Saka, any left winger you choose, and Gyökeres, Arsenal can also compete with their front three. Midfield is where Pedri just wins the battle, but it is not like Arsenal are so much behind Barcelona's midfield. We have Declan Rice, we have Martin Zubimendi, we have Odegaard. So that kind of midfield also we can compete with any midfield in the world, but you won't say that we have a better midfield than your Barcelona's, PSG's. Bayern Munich are playing Kane, Harry Kane at number 10, etc. etc. And he was always that player who could go deep and provide also, and who could finish himself. So he is a brilliant player, obviously, as we know. And their attack with Luis Diaz, Olise, etc. etc. All that is good, but still, I don't know if their defense is as good as Arsenal's. I feel Arsenal by and far have the best defense in the world right now. So that is the thing where I also feel like Arsenal's midfield is better than Bayern Munich. Only their attack may be in a top-notch form right now, so that is better than us. But I feel like overall we are a better team than Bayern Munich as well. PSG, when it comes to PSG, they feel like a complete team. Obviously, we have a better defense than them, but their full backs, their midfield, their attack, everything is brilliant. So PSG seems like the real challenge to me, and the way they beat Barcelona away from home at their backyard, that was also brilliant. So those are the things I am worrying about right now. But when it comes to league, which actually this video was all about, but I went into comparing Arsenal with other better teams in the world, because I don't think any Premier League team right now is will be able to compete with us, will be able to keep up with our pace where we are going to go. And you will soon see we have comfortable 7-8 point lead come December. So yeah, that would be good. uh, and some people say, oh, I want a proper title race so people can see that how good we are. I want someone to compete with us. I personally don't want anyone to compete with us. I want us to dominate the league like PSG does, like Bayern Munich does, like, I don't know, peak Barcelona, Real Madrid were doing sort of alternately, but Barcelona used to win more leagues, so that is also not true. I want to have a season where we feel like we are Bayern Munich, PSG, etc. We have made this league look like a joke. That kind of season I feel like this team deserves, because the consistency we have had. First, Manchester City were competing with us. Then Liverpool tried to come up, and then they competed with us. And for sure, obviously, these two teams had title-winning experience. We had a younger squad. We were less experienced. We fell under pressure, and these teams just saw through everything. Liverpool won because basically we had too many injuries, and Manchester City won because we lacked experience. We were younger than them, obviously, and they were just too good. They could win 17 out of 70 last games, and even if we dropped points, lost one game, that cost us everything. So small margins, we have tried our best, and we have been consistently there. And Liverpool and Manchester City have alternately challenged us. They couldn't even provide a challenge for us like together, sort of. And that is also because their teams are aging, and they competed 5 years. They're competing from 5 years before us, so they are just in a different place than what we are. But right now, if you see, after 3-4 years of hard work, which actually is hard work from lockdown period only, 2020, so it is the fifth year of us working so hard towards our goal. I think we deserve to have a comfortable title race where we have the title in our back, and then we have enough opportunity to rest our players and have them ready for those Champions League knockout fixtures. That is how PSG also won last season. Arsenal couldn't rest players. PSG were resting everyone before our clash. So that is also very crucial. And the fact that PSG do not have that comfortable lead right now in their League One as well, that is also very crucial, because they won't be able to rest players if they don't have a distance from other teams come March, April, May. So that is also a very crucial thing. Bayern Munich look like they will have a comfortable lead by then. But yeah, one or two teams you have to be ready for if that is the case. And I sort of have a feeling that we might have a final with Bayern Munich where we eventually bypass them. That is the dreams I'm having right now. But okay, that Champions League, I feel like telling anything, saying anything about Champions League right now would be foolish because that is going getting ahead of yourself. But Premier League for sure, I feel like if we win this game, we are going to win the league, and it might also seem like a premature statement, and you might look at Arsenal fans and say how much we are getting overconfident. But this is not overconfidence. We have worked so hard for this. The players, the club, the fans have suffered for so many years. So we deserve to have some chest in a new season where we are going to dominate the league. So that is the case, and I hope we win. And I hope we make a statement when again at home where we score goals, we look good, and we are not. I don't think Crystal Palace might have a bit of confidence and they might come after us. I just feel like we need to be brave as well and not be too afraid of their threats. We need to attack them and be fearless and just claim our win and claim our title this season. So hopefully we win. I'll see you after the game.